Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for a midweek reading, and today is actually Wednesday, the day that I'm filming this. I'm not sure when I'm going to post it, but I got the whole world got some sad news today about, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Twitch from the Ellen Show. He was the DJ. He was so much more than a DJ. He was this bright light. And unfortunately, we got news today that he decided to cross over and take things into his own hands. So I just want to pause real fast and just send so much love and energy to his kids, to his wife, to his parents, if he has siblings, to his family, to the people that he worked with, everybody that loved him and is going to miss him dearly. And it's so sad to think that people get to that space where they think they just can't do another day in this physical reality. And I remember days where I felt that way. And I just was like, I cannot go on just feeling like this is going to be my life for the rest of my life after my loss. And I don't know what he was going through, and I don't know if anybody knows. But right now, his soul has transitioned. So let's say a prayer that he is in a good space and he is feeling free from the pain of this lifetime. And hopefully, he is going to watch over his family and give them the comfort that they need at this time. So I just wanted to say a little shout out to his family, and to let you all know, if you haven't heard, that we could send so much love to that family right now. Because loss is loss, and it is so damn painful. No matter how it happens, it's all the same. You just wake up one day and your people are gone, and it's hard. And I know, like, we believe in souls like lingering around and sending signs, but it's just not the same. Like, I would give anything to just hold my daughter one more time, to hug my dad one more time. And I know all of you have lost loved ones, and you would give anything to touch them, to hear their laugh, to experience whatever you loved about them. And I'm so sorry, and I'm giving you a big hug right now. And life can be hard, and during these times we can just hold space for them and pray from afar. Yeah, it's insane news today. It's so sad. But I just wanted to send some love. On a different note, I received, in memory of my daughter, I created a new deck. So all of you guys know that I always use the ever unfolding heart deck. It was only 40 cards. It was my first time exploring with creating a deck, not super fancy. And I decided recently to create a new one. So I did almost, yeah, probably double the size. This is a 100 card deck. That one was 40. And dun dun dun. How beautiful is this? This is so Micah. She made me a pink girl. I never liked the color pink. I was such a tomboy growing up. But then when I had my daughter, fun fact, they told me I was having a boy at my 18-week appointment. I had the whole boy room done. The closet was filled with boy clothes. And 3 days before I delivered, they said I was measuring pretty big, but it's because of her muscle disorder that we later found out she wasn't swallowing the amniotic fluid. So I was retaining a lot of fluid, and they did an ultrasound and they were like, wow, she's really swimming around in here. And I was like, oh no, it's a boy. His name's Micah William. And they were like, who told you that? And I was like, the ultrasound tech at my 18-week appointment. And they were like, sorry, sweetie, you're having a girl. This was 3 days before I delivered. So ever since then, she has flipped me over to the girl side of being very feminine and loving everything pink. I have my pink drink here. Everything in my house is fluffy white and pink. So of course, this deck had to be beautiful with little roses at the top corner and bottom corner. So this whole reading, we're going to use this deck and whatever else I feel called to use. But this is one of those decks where we could pull about 20 cards and it will tell a story. And it's also a manifestation deck. So if you're on your manifesting journey, it's going to be a great deck that you can purchase to pull cards for yourself to see, like, what's the manifestation energy for that day? What do you need to do? Do you need to clean that day? Do you need to let go of something from your past? So I created and channeled all those messages with my daughter to all of you. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Micah, please enter the space with us. Please bring us the messages that you want us to hear. Please protect Twitch's family and all of his loved ones and anybody else grieving a loss today that's not in the limelight. Let's all put our white light around them as well. Please bless my cards, my home, all of my beautiful viewers. And let's see what comes through. But yes, this deck is, oh shoot, I don't have my little, oh, you know what, I'll just put this out here. Didn't have my little ashtray. Not ashtray, but my little incense holder. So I'm gonna leave this over here. This deck is really, really powerful. It's filled with so much magic. I am probably going to purchase like 100 and some copies, and then I'm going to sell them locally to people around me. But for people that live afar, if you live in another country, I linked below the site where I sell both of my decks. It's called makeplayingcards.com. Unfortunately, I can't lower the price. They give me, like, when they're the ones producing the deck, I put the design up and then they create it. So they have a standard set price. So I think the lowest I could get it was $28. So I apologize. I would probably only sell it, maybe for like 1313, because that was my daughter's favorite number. It was her birthday number. I say favorite as if she had a favorite, but there was a lot of 13. She was 6 pounds, 13 ounces. She was born on the 13th. There was another 13 in there. Oh, she was born at 1300. She was born at 1 p.m. So anyway, on that website, you can purchase this deck and you can purchase my other deck and you can get it shipped right to your home. But that company, I believe, is out in Japan. So it is international. So you guys can get it from wherever you are, but go get it because this has such magic in it. And we're going to pull cards right now. I'm going to shuffle first. And because it's such a big deck, which I love the chunkiness of it, we're going to spread it out. So I'm going to do a quick little shuffle. We're going to see what messages do we need to hear. And I should probably move all of my cards up to make some space because we're going to do a huge spread. My necklace here. Okay. Actually, I'll bring this down. What messages do we need to hear for the rest of this week? 888, infinite abundance in all forms. So I'm hearing this isn't just money coming to you, but this is just like the ultimate. It's just being in your home. I just got this sense of like being in your home and you're looking at your children, you're looking at your spouse, or maybe you're single or you have a pet or you're cooking a meal and you just feel so safe and you feel so good and you feel happy and there's no turmoil. You finally made it to a space where you're doing what you love. You have healthy relationships around you. Even if there is a little bit of turmoil in your life, you're okay because you've mastered your mind. You've mastered your ego. You understand when it's kicking up and you understand why you have anxious feelings and thoughts. And that is like complete abundance. And I know this is a money card and I'm going the opposite direction, but when you feel that way first, that's when you start to attract money or you attract inspired ideas to create money. I was just on a call yesterday with a beautiful girl from Germany. She knows who she is. And we were talking about inspired action. So I gave her the example that like when I'm posting on my social media, sometimes I'll be in the middle of creating a reel and all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, I should totally do a quick card pull for people and charge like $11 and just see, if anybody needs a little guidance right now, and I'll make it really cheap and really affordable. Everyone can buy it. And I'm being of service using my gifts, but I'm not completely depleting my energy, like sitting on Zooms all day long. I can quickly film like a 2-minute video of me pulling cards, sending it to the person, and they just pay $11 for it. So I had that inspired thought. And before you know it, I had like so many people messaging me. That was instant income. That was infinite abundance. I had this idea when I was making a reel to put out a little marketing thing. I don't like to plan my marketing. I like to be intuitive with it. So you might be getting, I'm feeling like you're getting inspired ideas and actions in the middle of doing something so random. And you're like, oh, this is a great idea. I'm going to do this. So follow those intuitive thoughts and nudges. What a great start, though, because that's pure. This is the pure money card. And when you're seeing 888, that is a sign that money is coming to you. Okay, next one. You guys have to see how beautiful these cards are. Look at them all spread out. Aren't they just so pretty? Can you see them? And of course, the bottom one. I had one typo on one of the cards and I was like, damn it, I had to reorder them all. So this is the bad one, Merkles. So I had a little typo. I found it on Instagram when I was posting this, which was perfect, but a miracle is on the way. Your infinite abundance is coming. And like I said, it's not just abundance in money. It's that like that just peaceful place in your life. And you're like, I have everything in order. I feel good. Let's keep going. Release the past. Okay. So regarding money and when miracles are wanting to come into your life, sometimes we're holding on to these memories from the past. So I was on another call with a woman yesterday, a different woman, and she was from Texas. And we were talking about how in her past, she had somebody in her life who would always exaggerate news. Like if it was somewhat like if she was going to a doctor to get checked, maybe they found a cyst or they found what could be a tumor. And her family member would always say, I have cancer. I'm going to get checked. I have cancer. I have this, I have that. They would always go to the worst case scenario. And then later they would diffuse it and be like, oh, it was nothing. So she has this programming now that when she's about to get news, she's already on alert and is like, this is going to be the worst news ever. And then it's going to be like, can I believe it? Is it true? Or if it's good news, can I believe the good news? Because in her pattern in her past was nothing was ever true. It was always hyped up or hyped down. And it was like, she was all over the place. So on our call yesterday, we were helping her release her angst when she is, something as silly as checking a lottery ticket. If you could be about to get really great news if you win, but she had such resistance. She was like, I don't want to check the ticket, or an example would be somebody like, I don't want to check the ticket because what if it's not right? Or what if it's not good? Or what if I get my hopes up and then I'm let down? And that's that energy. So we were working through that yesterday for her and it was so powerful. She had this aha moment and she was like, oh my gosh, this is why I feel that way. And now I can heal it because I can go back to that version of who I was and say, and rewire it. And I can imagine that family member saying, I'm fine. It was nothing. Her first telling her about whatever condition she was going through, they always erred on the side of, it's okay. Everything's okay. We don't have to worry. If it gets to that point where it is cancer or it's, something that we need to address, we'll deal with it then, but we don't know yet. So we're not going to worry about it yet. So she started to use her imagination to rewire how she feels about her past, and that's releasing it. So we can go back and revise past scenarios because we don't bring the experiences with us, we bring the feelings with us. So right now in your body, think about any past experience that was a bad pattern, a negative thing. You hold the memory of it. You hold the feeling of it. And when we're trying to co-create something new in our life and we're so worried about the past repeating itself, that's because we have a magnet inside of our chest that's sending out a signal. And if we have that feeling from the past, we're sending out a signal of, I'm always going to get bad news. I'm always going to be let down. Nothing ever stays. Everything, the next shoe is going to drop, whatever it is. So when we release that and we clean up that magnet, and then we're only sending out a beacon of possibility and, everything always works out for me. No matter what the news is, I am great either way. And that's when you really start to co-create a better future because you've released the past. Okay. Can't make it up, guys. Yep, we're co-creating. So infinite abundance, miracles are on the way. Once you release your past, you're going to start to co-create your days. So once we clean up our magnet, now we get to decide, what do we want to call in? What do you really want to bring into your reality? Do you want a partner? Do you want your existing partner to do things for you? This is what I want you to do. I want you to sit down, take a few deep breaths, calm down your nervous system, and say, I am my partner, and I am going to the flower store, and I'm going on my phone to pick a beautiful restaurant to make a reservation at. And I'm getting the flowers. I'm coming home. I'm opening the door if we live together. I'm knocking on the door if we don't. And I'm surprising me, because I am my partner. So I'm surprising me with a date, with flowers. And he's thought of everything, or she's thought of everything. And you put yourself in the energy of the person doing the thing that you want them to do. It's called the I am method. So when we put ourselves in the I am, we are being that character in our movie. So right now, all of you guys are looking at me through your eyes, right? I am a part of your movie. Your life is a movie. Hi, I'm a character. My name's Michelle. And I'm delivering the messages for you to better your movie and to make it more awesome. But you get to decide who's in your movie. So if you want to call in a partner, go into your imagination and say, I imagine this kind of partner coming to my door. I imagine this kind of partner cooking meals with me, and we're laughing and we're driving and we're doing all these cool things together. You place that person, that movie that you want to create in your mind. And then the universe, you're like, when you do that, you're pushing a button and you're saying, universe, this is what I want. It's like your DoorDash order. The universe jumps out and goes and finds somebody that does those things and then brings them to you. And it'll make you run into them at a store, at a restaurant, at a party. You could be crossing states and you run into each other, maybe at an airport. But when you co-create your days, you're literally going into your imagination going, okay, what do I want my movie to look like today? Do I want to create a lot of money today? Do I want to create really healthy relationships? Do I want to create fun? And do I want to be a kid and go play in the water or at the beach? Or do I want to leave it up to the universe to bring me something magical and not try and co-create it? You guys, look at my hair right now. Oh my gosh, it's an 8, or it's an infinity sign. Do you see it? Holy fucking shit. Somebody take a picture of me right now and send it to me later. We have it. Look. Oh my God. I can't even breathe right now. This stuff happens to me when I'm by myself and I just like giggle and laugh and I'm like, thank you guys. Angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Micah, Dad. My dad always used to say, I love you to infinity and back, or I love you to Pluto and back times infinity. He would just always make fun ways of saying the infinity. And I love that song, Infinity, too. I'm sure you guys are all aware of that, but holy shit. Our infinite abundance is coming. I'm going to try to sit with it like that the whole session. Okay. I totally lost my train of thought. But we're co-creating days. We're calling in abundance. We're calling in love, everlasting love. That infinity symbol is flow. It's like we're in the flow. We have nothing to worry about. We're peaceful. We're feeling good. Sorry, I can't remember where we were, but that was awesome. Be ready to receive. Miracles are on the way. That abundance is coming. Okay, let's ask a question about I wanted to say something about our future, but I feel like this is already telling us about the future. I'm trying to find new questions to ask with this deck because I've never used this deck before. 10-10, a cycle is completing. Okay, so this is reminding me of a relationship. So there might be a partnership that's ending, but sometimes the cycle is just this cycle of lessons. So somebody might be distancing themselves to learn something new, and then they come back together and they're healed, and then they're like, okay, I'm ready to receive now. Let's now have this higher love because we both have done our healing. But this could also mean a complete ending. And it's like, okay, I'm finally done. I've been married for 15 years and it's just not serving me anymore. And I'm not going to stay in it just because we're supposed to stay married. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to end this cycle. And I'm going to allow myself to be worthy to have my dreams, to really call in what I want. And when we have this magic, like the infinity sign that's now gone, when we have this magic, it makes life a little bit more anticipatory. Like we're like, yeah, I can't wait to wake up in the morning to see what the universe is going to bring me today. Like that little thing that just happened with my hair, those kind of moments when I was going through my grief after my daughter passed away, that kept me going. That made life fun for me. It wasn't like money in the bank, and it wasn't like going to bars and doing those things. I just didn't do those things. It was the small moments of me by myself with my connection to God, the universe, my angels, my guides. And when I would feel them talking to me and leaving me a sign, and the manifestation journey, which is why I created these cards, that kept me alive. And hearing that story about Twitch this morning, I just was like, man, I wonder what his faith was. I wonder what his level of, did he have the awareness of, sometimes we're going through hard things and they're meant to be there. They're meant to stretch us and to grow us. Or did his mind get the best of him? We don't know. But that kind of cycle it could be a completion of maybe a death, like an ending, leaving a marriage, leaving a job. You're just literally done with something and you're ready to receive something new. So again, I'm sorry to talk about grief and death. So if that's triggering to any of you, stand up right now, shake it out, switch up your energy and say, all right, it's okay to talk about those things. It might be heavy. It might be heavy for me to deal with, but we don't have to stay in that mindset of feeling that way. And we can believe in this magic and say, okay, if I'm feeling crappy today, this hour, it's not going to last. Nothing is permanent. Our grief is not permanent. We're going to pivot. We're going to move in different directions with it. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. And we have to learn that on your lowest day, it's not the end. Okay. It doesn't have to be the end. We can wake up the next day and feel completely different. So if you're struggling right now and you're in a dark place, trust me, please listen to my words. It's temporary. I've been there, and I can't say that I know what you're going through, but I know how dark I was during my grief. And I literally was thinking, like, I cannot spend another minute in my body going through the mundane moments of this day, feeling this immense pain. I didn't want to do it anymore. And then I would have a moment where I'd see a heart, or I'd see an infinity symbol, or I would see something, and that juiced me up. And I was like, okay, in this moment, I feel better. I don't feel 100%, but I feel better. And that's what taught me to keep going, is because in every moment, you don't know the magic that's coming next. And we have to hold on to that faith that there's always something around the bend. And I like being the magic girl, the girl that's always reading about something good coming, because it's facts. The people that believe it experience it. The people that are like, I don't know what Michelle's talking about, she's too positive for me, I send them so much love, and I'm so sad for them that they don't believe in it. And a lot of times it's because they're not mindful. They're not seeing it right in front of them. They might not have seen the hair in the shape of an infinity symbol. And for me, that connects me to my dad. But understanding that magic is always in front of us. It's just, are we present? Are we mindful? And are we seeing it? And are we being grateful for it? Okay, so let's do some more. And then I just heard we're going to do some tarot after this. Did I not say just be mindful? Fuck yes. See the magic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, they need space. So for people that are grieving, if you are grieving, take your space. You do not have to go places you don't want to do. And please don't go to those places. If you're having a low day, if you're having a couple hours where you're like, screw this, I can't even breathe right now because I'm so sad, take your space. And please, if this is a relationship where you, like I said, the cycle completing, like maybe you're taking space, one person's like, I need to go off and do my own thing, give them the space. If you are meant to be, they will come back. Nobody is ever leaving you. It's all an illusion of our mind. Okay. Nobody is ever physically like leaving you. If anything, the universe is moving you away or to or from for your growth. And if you really want them in your movie, you can call them back in. But in reality, you have to really ask yourself, do you want them in your movie? Are they that dream partner? If they're not, then the universe is moving them away because somebody over here is waiting for you. And they have that energy, that love, that unconditional love that you've been craving for that you didn't even know existed. That's the best part of this, is that infinity symbol. That's the type of love that, you know, that you just can't even comprehend. It's just complete peacefulness. There's no toxicity. There's no trying to control somebody. There's no jealousy. There's no, is the person going to text me back? It's just, I'm okay because I know they exist. And I just love them for breathing. That's the kind of love that we're all meant to experience. And we can only get there when we take our own space to love ourselves. And that's why people take space, is because you cannot learn to love yourself unless you've been by yourself. And you can be by yourself in a partnership, but a lot of people can't, and they need to spend time alone to really find themselves and be like, who am I if I'm on my own? Who am I if I'm not this person's partner? So allow people to take space. I still can't believe the be mindful of your thoughts card. That was awesome.